Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of oil and natural gas. We're going to dive in here, take a look, and see what's going on in this sector. I'm kind of looking at this for the first time. I was obviously working at work, and I haven't really looked too much at the charts. But it looks like we had a down day today. I'll walk through it with everybody, what my opinion is. Again, this is just my financial opinion. Please don't use this as advice. But we'll take a quick look at it, and I'll give you what my opinion is. So here's oil. This is West Texas oil. We broke to the upside, and then we broke back down with the moronic virus. I'm going to zoom in on the 1 year. We had this nice big momentum down day back into the pattern, and we've been chopping sideways. This is what I've. Oh wow, it's actually a pretty accurate drawing. I put this drawing in here that thinking that it would kind of come back and chop sideways for a little bit. And that's what I drew, was this chopping sideways action. I didn't think it would actually turn on the dime like that. But it's something like that that I was kind of guessing where it could potentially find some support. So sideways at that. And here's natural gas. Zooming back out. We broke to the downside of this pattern. We've come back in. Weather related. Weather's been pretty warm, so I don't think we had the weather to push the prices higher yet. Kind of zooming in on it, I figured that this was going to drop down a little bit more from this pattern here. It's going to come up, drop down, and then go sideways for a little bit before moving on up. Kind of eliminating this momentum and then moving sideways and then eventually moving higher. Here's SM Energy. SM Energy, we've got this kind of pattern coming in. It's just oscillating about its resistance support line. That is the neckline of this massive inverted head and shoulders there that we're at. And we're just coming into a lot of resistance. It's not like gold, or it's not like oil and natural gas are supporting a move higher at the moment. So it's basically just tracking sideways at this resistance line. CDEV is above its resistance support line, so it's a support line. Came back, tagged it, came back up, and it's just pulling back a little bit. On a daily candlestick basis, it doesn't look too bad. We're not in any sort of problem. Buyers drove it higher, and we're pulling back with more candlesticks. Buyers are still in control, in my opinion, at the moment. Crew Energy could be breaking to the downside here. Let's zoom in on it. There we are, breaking down a little bit below it. We could pull back to this other support line somewhere in between here. We've got some support kind of in the about $2 range, a little bit below it. Here is Callan Petroleum Company. Little descending wedge, broke to the upside, creating this flag pattern, which looks like it's coming on back. So it's continuing to pull on back at the moment. Nothing to support the price move upward yet. Here's Athabasca Oil. It's had a pretty big monster run. We did not break out of this pattern yet, and we're pulling on back. Is there another big pattern? Oh, we're creating, and I drew this in here. This is a shoulder head, and I said they could potentially do a shoulder here. And maybe that's what it's doing, is putting in that shoulder at this resistance level. Here's Reconnaissance Energy Africa. Zooming in here. Got a little bit of a selling pressure today at the end of the day. Zooming way in. You can see it pull all the way up and then pull all the way back to support. Hopefully we can find some support and turn this thing around. Northern Oil and Gas, looking at this bigger picture view. I mean, nice big buying pressure through here, and now we're just kind of slowly coming on back. Maybe we're going to do a retest here of this breakout. And we're just going to slowly kind of lean back here a little bit. Crescent Point, again, we broke out, and then we just came right on back. We're right at that support level again. And there we are at the support level for Crescent Point Energy. Here's Grand Tierra. Looks like we got some selling pressure here, just like all the other companies. Hopefully we can find some support where it's at. Tellurian, this one doesn't look nearly as good. We are below the pattern, and almost kind of came up to do a return move and are selling off again. Here is Pedvico Corporation. This has a massive pattern that's coiling up into this corner. This is where it's going to break either up or down. Usually I'd say up because you've got the volume stepping in. You've got this big buying pressure day and the small leak off of sellers. We're coming up into this corner and we could see a big break either up or down out of this pattern. I'm favoring a move upward, but we'll see. Now, Oasis Petroleum, this doesn't look good. We've got a kind of a longer term support line here. We're starting to break to the downside of that support. We broke down, we did a retest, and this could fall over and head lower for Oasis. In the short term, at least. Here's Comstock Resources. We break to the upside, we do a return move, and it's just kind of moving sideways right now. We've got a little pattern going. There's a little pattern, broke to the upside, did a return move. It's kind of just moving sideways. Sandridge, again, this guy broke its descending wedge, just moving sideways. We did break this pattern to the downside. So we could see more downside pressure if it can't find support in its area. Tetra Technologies, looking at this guy here. We're still in the pattern. Everything looks okay at the moment. We do have a little bit of downward pressure right now on the short term, kind of breaking this support line there, which will be resistance coming back up through it. Transocean, let me extend this kind of through here. We're almost like we're coming back to find support. We just got sellers in this market, inverted head and shoulders pattern. Helix is still selling off some. Helix Energy Solutions. I think we're just early to this party for the Energy Solution crew. Here is Surge Energy again. Broke to the upside of this channel and we're just coming on back. Hopefully we can find some support right underneath it at about where it's at. And then this is Tamarack Valley Energy. We have not broken this uptrend here. I've just been watching it to see if this big pattern breaks to the upside, and we haven't broken it. But we've got big up months, small down months. So the pattern is up. Shorter term, on a 5-year on a weekly candlestick, it looks a little more bearish, like it wants to pull back. It wants to pull back on the dailies here. So I do think this could potentially pull back a little bit further than where it's at today. But that's what I've got for oil and natural gas. Again, guys, a lot of selling pressure just overall in the market. It's dragging everything down. Dollar's been a little bit stronger. I'm not saying that this is necessarily 100% correlated with the dollar. This is usually correlated with increasing interest rates. If you see interest rates go up, the yields, usually oil's going up. And it looks like we hit a little snag here. They put some fear into the market. And it's just been grinding lower to sideways in a lot of these companies. So I'm not really doing anything. I already added in to the companies I really like. So I'm just kind of riding everything. I don't have a lot of money to dump in at the moment. I'm going to have to start paying taxes here next year, like property taxes and all this other stuff. So I'm kind of saving up for that. And I've already deployed a lot of money. So I'm just holding on, guys. Not really doing anything. Kind of chilling out. And maybe that's what you're doing. Let me know what you're doing. Are you selling? Are you chilling out? Are you buying more? Put it in the comment section. Love to hear your guys' opinion on what you're doing. But I know the value's here. The value's here. Now the short term, we're getting some pain. A lot of fear out there. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.